Sure. I think from a broader perspective, our view on China is more that we are again taking a longer term view there. So I think, as you rightly mentioned, we have COVID disruptions, you have many other things that, that are impacting growth numbers or trade numbers that are coming out or that might come out. And what that means is that you could see some weakness in the market on the back of missed expectations, but because of how we're positioned across our portfolios, we tend to like structurally growing themes like, premium consumption or the green economy. Because these have far longer runways, we are actually a bit more okay with small misses in the near term or from a quarter to quarter basis.
Okay, so let's talk about your investment strategy where you are scouting for opportunities within the digital space. And you're saying it's not just internet and it's not just China. And I agree with you on that one. So where do you go finding value here?
That's a very good question. So I think, as you mentioned as well, from our perspective and across our funds in Asia, we've seen, the Chinese regulatory landscape throw a few curveballs at us this year. To markets this year. And I think for us, I mean, we've got to broaden our mindset a little. So as you mentioned, the digital opportunity is not just internet and it's not just China. We're finding opportunities elsewhere in other markets that perhaps have lesser regulatory overhangs, such as Southeast Asia or in Korea, for example. And again, if we broaden our mindset on that front, the digital opportunity is not just about internet. If we took Japan, for example, it's a surprisingly paper-based society for its relative level of development to the rest of the region. And I think within the theme of finding digitization opportunities for processes domestically, that's where we've been able to find a few truffles as well.
Okay, and you're also looking at opportunity in the green space, so ESG and related themes, and particularly to do with the environment, but and particularly to do with bringing down carbon emissions. My only problem there is it seems like an overbought trade. Is it?
I think you're absolutely right. There has been quite a run in some of these names there, but we've got to be quite selective here. I think when valuations are at elevated levels, that's where as active pickers, you've really got to drill down into the fundamentals to see if growth actually supports the valuations that we've seen. And I think if you look at some of the names that have come out either in the renewable energy component space within China or some of the battery names in Korea, for example, you'll find that actually the growth rates that we can expect over the longer term are quite supportive of the valuations that you see. And it does indicate potentially more upside to come over the longer term.